Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48 and am what some people call mentally retarded.
Hey, what's up, world? I'm sorry I have to do this, but the flat earth deception, to me, is it's just poison. It's just poison in the well of truth. So I have to do my best to debunk every facet of it. And I know I've done videos already debunking the flat earth, and I know that those videos really should be enough. But for flat tards, nothing is ever enough. So I have to literally debunk every single talking point of theirs. And in this video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be proving that there is a curvature. Now, before I do this, I want to explain some things that I noticed flat earthers do. Or, more specifically, things that flat earthers don't do when they're trying to disprove a curvature. So flat earthers will always use pictures like this. They'll use pictures like this and they'll be like, oh, these buildings should be completely hidden. They should be completely concealed behind a curvature or behind the horizon. Now, what these flat earthers never do, or if they do it, they provide a false elevation. But what they never do is provide the elevation for the observer. They don't let you know exactly how high this camera is that's actually seeing these buildings. And if we actually look at this site, Flat Earth Facts, I'll just let this play through. Beneath this picture, they provide no elevation facts. Then what this person does is just basically copy and paste a whole bunch of Eric Dubé's 200 proofs that the Earth is not a spinning ball. So he's like supporting flat Earth proofs. But of course, most of these are using the wrong numbers, and there's a whole bunch of issues with Eric Dubé's 200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball. And there's somebody actually on YouTube who actually debunks the first, I think, 10 or 15 of them, and he proves that Eric Dubé actually lies about a lot of them. So anyway, what's interesting, and before I get into my videos, I have to show a clip from a recent Eric Dubé video. So Eric Dubé, in a recent video of his, he presents clips like this of the sun shrinking. He claims that when there isn't a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, the sun shrinks like this. And this is a video, right here, this clip here, can be found in that video that he made. Obviously a fake video. You see this? Obviously fake. But flat earthers watch this, and they're like, oh yeah, this makes total sense. You know, they listen to all of the nonsense that Eric Dubé says, all of the things that he says with such confidence, and they're like, oh, well, he must be telling us the truth. So something I've always asked myself about these pictures that flat earthers present is why not take two pictures of this same thing? Why not take a picture of this skyline from one elevation that's a higher elevation, let's say like 15 meters up, and then take another picture from a lower elevation at, let's say, only 2 meters. Why do flat earthers not do this? Well, it's because if they did do this, it would prove curvature. And fortunately, I found a guy who does exactly that. He takes two pictures of the same object from two different elevations. And the person who does it is this channel, Wolfie6020. And he has this video, a P900 and a lighthouse on a clear day spells disaster for flat earthers. And essentially he takes one picture of this lighthouse and he gives the exact calculations. He gives the exact measurements. And before showing the video and before showing his own pictures, he puts the calculations into an Earth curvature chart. There's this Earth curvature calculation program, and he goes ahead, he puts the numbers into the program, and he shows what we should see through his camera. So the first one is an elevation of 10 meters, and the second one is an elevation of 2 meters. And the target distance is 20,000 meters, or 20 kilometers. So what he does then is, after showing what it should look like, he uses his camera, which is a P900, and this is taken from the higher elevation, from the 10 meters. And as you can see, he's pretty fucking far away. So, as you can see right here, taken from the higher elevation, this matches what's shown here. You can see the rocks at the bottom. You can see the base of the lighthouse. Matches perfectly here. Now watch what happens when he takes it down to the lower elevation. So let's look at his lower elevation. So this is his lower elevation right on the beach. Now, he's going to show in his video that this lower elevation is right next to the higher elevation. Like there's a higher elevation that's like right at the top of this sand dune over here. That's where his higher elevation is. And actually, you'll see that in the video. So as you can see here, this lower elevation, and actually you're going to see it more clearly in a second. So you know what, let me just let the clip play. So this is, I shouldn't have skipped it there. People are going to be like, oh, you skipped ahead there. So let me just let it play and be patient. So that's his lower elevation. And right up there is where his higher elevation was. So this is the lower elevation. And as you can see, the video of the lower elevation matches perfectly what the program showed. So this is him at the higher elevation. Higher elevation. And as you can see, there goes the base of the lighthouse. So this very simple experiment proves the Earth's curvature. And once again, you have to ask yourselves, why do flat earthers not do this? Why do they just stick to one spot and not even provide the correct elevation for that spot? Well, it's very simple. It's because they're con men.
Goddamn dumb son of a bitch. You don't understand a word I'm saying, do you?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!